Well, Deb Murphy filed this story for Sierra Wave Media. While the Inyo County Board of Supervisors and law enforcement expressed support for the Compassionate Use Act, marijuana took a pretty heavy hit at Tuesday's meeting, with dispensaries described as, quote, expletive deleted magnets, end quote, by Ed Obayashi of the Inyo County Sheriff's Department. Inyo County may be shifting from a passive ban on medical marijuana dispensaries in preparation for what some feel is the inevitable passage of a state initiative to legalize the recreational use of pot as opposed to its current decriminalized status. Now, the shift could either head in the direction of an active ban or rigid regulation of dispensaries. Supervisors went between Matt Kingsley's do nothing and, as Mark Tilleman suggested, nip it in the bud, noting the, quote, huge changing landscape, end quote. Inyo County Chief Administrative Officer Kevin Caruncio encouraged the board to look at, quote, a minimum effective dose through zoning regulations while keeping an eye toward a long-term policy, end quote. Now, according to Inyo Associate Planner Elaine Cabala, there has already been an interest in leasing property near Bishop to grow marijuana. The lease was not approved. With the possibility of restricting dispensaries through zoning ordinances, Cabala gave the supervisors the long and confusing background starting in 1996 with the passage of Proposition 215, the Compassionate Use Act. Now, the initial CUA has been supplemented by additional legislation and case law. The bottom line, counties can regulate and restrict dispensaries as long as access to medical marijuana is not restricted. There are dispensaries in Mammoth Lakes, Ridgecrest, California City, and Tehachapi. Now, a 2013 Gallup poll indicated a near 50-50 split in the country's attitude toward a change in the federal marijuana laws. Said Inyo County District Attorney Tom Hardy, quote, there's not enough background. I'm supportive of the status quo until we see how the ground shifts, end quote. Supervisors Rick Pucci and Jeff Griffiths both encourage public input at any future discussion of dispensary regulations. Please see more on this story on our website, sierrawave.net. Well, on Tuesday, the Mono County Board of Supervisors announced its selection of Linda Salcido to serve as interim Mono County Administrator, effective when current County Administrator Jim Leddy leaves the post later this month. Remember, Jim Leddy informed Mono County in April that he would be leaving his position for personal reasons and intended to relocate to his former home in Sonoma County. Now, long-term Mono County employee Ms. Salcido is also Mono County's Director of Public Health /EMS, a position she has held for 15 years. Notably, she previously served as interim county administrator in 2013 after the departure of then County Administrator James Harkins. As in 2013, Ms. Salcido will serve as interim while the county recruits for a permanent county administrator and until the individual ultimately hired as permanent county administrator takes office, and this process is estimated to take approximately 4 months. Well, what should be a very cool event, the inaugural Mammoth Lakes Film Festival, right around the corner. Sierra Wave Media's Rob Gill spoke with festival organizer Shira DeBrogner.
The Mammoth Lakes Film Festival runs May 27th through the 31st, Wednesday through Sunday, and tickets are available at www.mammothLakesFilmFestival.com. We have 16 features, 8 documentaries, 8 narrative features, along with 35 shorts. And most of the features will be accompanied by a short. And then we have 3 shorts blocks that have 3 shorts in it each, coming up to about 90 minutes of screening time. We have a great programmer that programs for LA Film Fest, Slam Dance, Hamptons International Film Festival. We have a good reputation to start with just by having him involved. So we had a lot of high quality independent films coming in. Well, our opening night film is of course exciting. It's by Academy Award winning filmmaker Alex Gibney, and the film is titled Steve Jobs, the Man in the Machine. He just also made It's My Way or Nothing at All. It's All or Nothing at All, the Frank Sinatra story, and also he just did the Going Clear, the Scientology documentary that was both on HBO. So that's going to be a really high quality, and it's also a high profile film that will be distributed. We then have Cartel Land, which is an amazing documentary about the vigilantes on both sides of dealing with cartel land. We have Autism in Love, which is a beautiful, beautiful documentary. We have 20 Years of Madness, about this guy who started a TV show called The 30 Minutes of Madness back in the 90s, and it's 20 years later, and he's just kind of going over his career, going back home to Michigan, and talking about lost dreams and where people are 20 years later, and it's brilliant. We have The Cult of J.T. Leroy, which is another amazing documentary. For our features, we actually have some beautiful films. We have Birds of Neptune, which is a drama from out of Oregon. We have Diamond Tongues, which is starring the lead singer from the band July Talk, and it is an indie band from Canada, and they're brilliant. They're this bluesy rock band from Canada, and she's brilliant in the movie. We have actually a family-friendly show called The Incredible Adventures of JoJo and His Annoying Little Sister Avila, and that is totally family friendly. It's at Saturday morning, and it's for 6 and above. We have Female Pervert, which is a little bit more for mature audiences. We have a 10 p.m. midnight showing because we know everybody goes to bed early in Mammoth. So we have our 10 p.m. midnight showing of They Look Like People, and that's more of like a horror genre bending psychological thriller type movie. And there's many more. We have the Shorts blocks. We just have a great fascinating combination of all types of films. We'll be screening all films at the Edison Theater and the United States Forest Service Theater Auditorium. Many of the films have the filmmakers that are coming into town, so we'll always do a Q&A after the screening if the directors are in town, which about 75% of the filmmakers are coming to this festival. So we have great parties. We have the Filmmakers Bash on Friday night. We have the opening night party with the filmmakers. We have a happy hour at 5 to 7 on Thursday at the Sierra Nevada Lodge lobby at Duke's Bar. And then, of course, our closing night awards party, which will be giving the awards and also having open bars at every party. We do have a panel discussion on Saturday morning with our jury, and they'll be discussing the ever-changing roles of women in film, and that is free, but it is first come, first served seating, and we are limited, so you want to get here early if you want to attend that. Red Digital Cinema is donating a $20,000 camera to the winning documentary feature, and they are our title sponsor. Our other sponsors include Panavision. They're giving a $10,000 camera rental grant to the narrative feature. We have a bunch of GoPros. We have some cash awards. We have a lot of local sponsors like Paul and Kathleen Rudder and Stellar Brew and Suddenlink and Sierra Wave. And of course, Black Tie Skis is giving ski rentals to all the jury members. The jury members are incredible people from the industry. We have Andrew Lazar, who was the producer of American Sniper. We have Allison Amon, who is a manager and also a producer and produced an amazing documentary called The Queen of Versailles. We have Yana Gorskaya, who was an editor and also an independent film writer. She did the editing on Spellbound, which was an Academy Award nominated documentary about those kids at the spelling bee. Other judges include Brevin Angelica Warren, and she is a film festival producer in Oregon. We have Kimberly Browning. She's also another film festival producer down in LA. We have Larry Meistrick, who is actually produced Sling Blade. We have Kristana Loken, who was the female Terminatrix in the Terminator 3. Kathleen Kinmont is another actress and a filmmaker. And I think that rounds up all 8 of our judges, and we're excited to bring them here, and they're excited to judge the films and pick a winner. And every filmmaker that wins does get an Orson. It's not an Oscar, but it's an Orson, and that's our mascot bear that is the representative of this festival. So to get tickets, or if you want more information and see trailers of the films, you can go to MammothLakesFilmFestival.com, and you can purchase tickets there or give us a call, and we can help you through that ticket purchasing process at 760-934-6592.
And now, a preview of one of the many films showing at the upcoming Mammoth Lakes Film Festival.
Al caer la tarde por el callejón, las calles vacías, sale el sombrero con guitarra en mano, melodiosa voz.
See this film and many more at the Mammoth Lakes Film Festival, May 27th through the 31st. Log on, MammothLakesFilmFestival.com.